viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel. I still remain my humble self, MC Bernardino. This is Canada Reality, where I dish out content for those that are in Canada or those that are planning to migrate into Canada. Is this your first time on this YouTube channel? Please do me the honor, hit on the likes button, turn on the notification bell, and please share this video with whoever you feel will benefit from it, and turn on the notification so that anytime I drop a video, you always be among the first to get it. Thank you very much. All right, in this video today, I've brought these three unpalatable, you want to say unsuitable news that we just got from Mark Miller, Immigration Minister in Canada, about international students. The news was centered around international students. I mean, it's not the kind of news that we want to hear, but I mean, I'm here to bring this news to you. Some of you have seen it in the news, some of you have read the blogs about it, but I just want to dissect for those that probably do not understand the implication of some of these things. That is why I decided to do this video, so that I can dissect it and you can better understand it. Once again, hit on the likes button and help the algorithms to share our videos with more people. So the first news that I have for you today is that Immigration Minister Mark Miller just stated that as from September 1st, 2024, that in the next few months, that IRCC will stop issuing postgraduate work permit to international students that studied in a public-private partnership institution. I mean, I would dissect that so that you can actually understand. So in Canada, there are some private schools, private institutions that partners with renowned public designated learning institution. And why do they do that? They do that because so that those private institutions can welcome international students from all across outside Canada into Canada. And because those private schools, they know that they do not have the capability that we enhance such international students that they brought in to get a postgraduate work permit after they are done schooling, which is the primary ultimate goal of an international student for coming into Canada in the first place, right? And those private institutions, they know that they do not have that capability to grant postgraduate work permit to such students. They now partner with some renowned public institutions that are designated learning institutions in Canada, so that at the end of your study, they will do kind of a partnership that your certificate will read the name of that renowned institution. Those private colleges, they do that because of income, because they know that they are going to make a lot of money when international students come into their institution. So they have a certain quota that they will give to that renowned public institution, while the private will keep part of your tuition fee too. So I hope you actually understood that. So what happened was that last year, I remember in the news there were some Indian students that were agitating that they came into Canada, they spent a lot of money for tuition fee, and at the end of the day, their study permit, after they are done schooling, they could not get a postgraduate work permit because those schools could not secure it for them. It was all over the news, and I think that's one of the things Immigration Ministry is trying to mitigate against that. There are some of these institutions that are exploiting international students. They promise them heaven on earth, and at the end of the day, they bring them in and they dash their hope. I think that is why they are bringing in this measure that by September 1st, any student that attends such kind of institution, so the caveat is this for you: if you are coming to any school in Canada, make sure you do your due diligence. Make sure it's a renowned designated public schools that can grant you your postgraduate work permit when you're done, and make sure that they are not in any partnership with any institution. You can actually go to IRCC website to see schools that can actually guarantee you postgraduate work permit, and you apply to them directly instead of all these private institutions. So that is not a good news, but I also understand at the same time that Canada government, immigration, they are trying to curb those unscrupulous elements that try to scuttle the immigration process, the education system, and that's why they said by September 1st, any international student that attend a public-private partnership institution, you are not entitled to postgraduate work permit when you're done. All right, so the second unpalatable news that I have for you today has to do with international students too. So Immigration Minister Mark Miller also made us understand that for the next 2 years, the Canada government, IRCC, they will be placing a cap on international students that are coming into Canada to come and study for bachelors, for colleges. Once again, the 2 years cap on study permit is only limited to international students that want to come and study for their colleges, and also that wants to come and study for bachelors. So if you're attending colleges in Canada for your diploma, advanced diploma, graduate certificate, whichever. As far as you're coming to a college to come and study those at those level, there's going to be a limit of study permit that will be granted for those two, those attending colleges and those that are attending for their bachelors. But if you are coming into Canada for your master's, for your graduate studies like your master's, your PhD, there's no cap. And also in addition, if you're coming for your secondary education or you're coming for elementary education, there is no cap. But if you're coming in for college education or for your bachelor's, there's going to be a cap. We don't know what the cap is going to be, but they said there's going to be a cap for the next 2 years. So after 2 years, probably they will remove the cap. We don't know, but there's going to be a cap. So the implication of this is that if you're out there, you want to come into Canada, but you don't want to do masters, you don't want to do PhD, you're not coming for the kids that are coming in for their elementary education or secondary education, then that means that you should be ready to face some restrictions, some rejection, because once the quota is met, then your application might be rejected. How they will do the quota, we do not know, but what the immigration minister is telling us is that it will be based on province by province. So the higher the province in terms of population, the more quota they have. Like provinces like Ontario, British Columbia will definitely have more quota as compared to Prince Edward Island, New Brunswick, and all those provinces that their population is low. So, and how these provinces will share the quota among all the schools in their region will depend on their provincial government. So, but government is, the IRCC at the federal level is just stating that very soon, I mean, I do not know when they will put it in place, but they've stated that for the next 2 years, there will be a cap on international students applying to come to colleges and also applying to come and do their bachelor's in Canada. For the master's, PhD, elementary education, and secondary education, there is no cap. Do you understand that? If you do not, you can actually go to IRCC to read more for yourself. If you enjoyed this video, smash on the likes button and share it with whoever you feel will benefit from it. All right, the third unpalatable news. I mean, this struck me so hard because I benefited from this particular program. But now IRCC, Immigration Minister, is trying to tell us now that it will no longer exist again. I mean, they are placing a cap for it again for another 2 years. So what is this? It's stating that for international students that comes to Canada to come and study, that spouse of international students will no longer be eligible for spousal open work permits. Now, let me break it down so that you understand. So what they are stating now is that if you, I mean, take for instance, I'm married, I'm here, my wife is back home, and I'm studying in Canada. Initially in the past, for me studying here, my wife back home can apply for what is called spousal open work permit that allows her to work while I'm studying in Canada. But now what IRCC is stating now is that as long as I'm attending a college in Canada, as long as I'm attending a college in Canada for the next 2 years, my wife, I cannot apply for spousal open work permit for her. The only reason why when I can do that is if I'm doing a master's or a PhD, a graduate program in Canada. That is the only time I'm eligible to for my wife to come in on a spousal open work permit. So implication of that simply states that if you're coming into Canada to come for a college program, diploma, advanced diploma, graduate certificate, as long as it is not master's or PhD, your spouse is not eligible for open work permit. That is not good. That is not nice. So what they are trying to say is that they're giving more credibility, they're giving more attention to those that are coming in to do their masters and their PhD in Canada. So if you're doing anything lower than that, sorry, your spouse cannot come. It's only applicable to those that are married anyway. If you're not married, this is not applicable to you, because probably they've seen that there's a lot of influx of people that are coming in. Once one partner is here, the other partner comes with the other kids and is stretching on resources in Canada, accommodation and everything. That is why they've placed this limit. I mean, it's a temporary limit anyways for 2 years, but it's not really so nice. I mean, let's now talk about what is the implication of all these rules. The implication of it is that they are trying to discourage college education. So people now, when they want to apply to Canada now, instead of applying to colleges, they would rather apply for masters or PhD if they qualify. So that means that some of these colleges will be complaining now because they'll be losing on money on international students, because, I mean, why will I go to a college when I know that at the end of the day I stand to benefit less? But when I go for my masters or PhD, I can actually get a lot of stuff. Also, it will be also good to note that this rule does not is not applicable to those that are presently international students that are presently in Canada. It's only for those that are coming in. So if you're already studying in Canada, this is not applicable to you, so put your mind at rest. Yes, once again, I think Canada is just trying to curb the number of people that come into Canada. I mean, for the next 2 years, they want to try to stabilize things. They know that international students bring a lot of money into the system, but at the same time too, they also want to try to make sure that there are enough resources for this international student when they come into Canada. They don't want to paint a bad image about Canada to international students when they come into Canada. They don't want them to complain, oh, there's no accommodation, they take our money and the rest of them like that. So they are trying to balance the two sides. I can see what they are trying to do. At the same time too, I also have a pity for international students too. But it's going to be a win-win situation at the end of the day. And also don't forget that it's a temporary policy. So at the end of the day, after 2 years, they will re-strategize again, they will look into it, and they will see what they can do about it. I mean, it's on record that last year they welcomed a lot of international students. So now they're trying to reduce that number by 35% to like 360,000. All right, viewers, I hope you actually understood the video that I brought for you today on the 3 unpalatable news from IRCC as regards international students that are coming into Canada. I mean, it's not really a good news, but I mean, what I will just tell you is that despite the fact that the news is not palatable, look at the positive side of it and probably take advantage of it, because underneath it, there's a silver lining underneath it that you can actually take advantage of. If you do not understand, ask your question in the comment section. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We'll try as much as possible to do justice to your question. And also, you can also go to our RSSA website where you can actually read more for yourself about this news. Till I come to you again on this channel, I remain yours truly, MC Bernardino. What do I know? I'm just a YouTuber.